Mr. Secretary, thanks for being with us. Thanks for taking on the task that you have. Contrary to the comments you heard immediately before Mr. Desbelart called on me, I applaud the work that you're doing. I firmly believe that you're doing the job that the American people asked of President Trump. And I'd like to associate myself with the comments from Chairman Desbelart. Although I'm not part of the Florida Mafia, I have a great deal of confidence in the job that you're doing, and I applaud the work that you're doing. It takes a great deal of courage to make bold decisions like you have, like President Trump has, in looking at funding that many of us for years have questioned. The American people have questioned the money that goes out of Washington into foreign countries. I applaud the fact that you reminded us that the United States is a humanitarian nation, that we're going to perform our duties to humanity, that we are committed to help development in other countries, and that you're going to demand that in return the United States get a return, that we're building relationships and allies. I look at what you're doing as what most fiscal responsible folks in government would want us to do. It's a form of zero-based budgeting. There are so many programs. I've gone through the list of programs. There's so many none of us on this panel can read or understand. I believe that it was the right decision to hit the pause button and wring out some of the things that most of us on this panel would agree that don't need to be there, and then begin to rebuild. I think it's the right thing to do, even though it takes quite a bit of courage. And I also thank you for your openness to restart those programs. The thing that is not being talked about up here is the State Department, as you're learning of the programs, as you're hearing from the embassies, are restarting programs every single day because you recognize our role in the world. I'm going to ask one simple question, but I need to use another moment just to reiterate my observation in Ukraine. I had an opportunity a year or so ago to spend several days in Ukraine. There's no question that Putin is the aggressor. He has committed atrocities beyond the comprehension of most average Americans. I realize the difficulty that it is when you've got two very egotistical leaders, world leaders, that we do, and I thought you eloquently pointed out the difficulty in getting those folks together to stop the killing. I would urge you and the President to continue applying the sanctions that we have available to us. With all that pontification, now I'll just ask a simple question. While I was in Europe, I realized that Radio Free Europe is an organization which has traditionally gotten funds from this subcommittee through U.S. Agency for Global Media to educate the folks as to really what's going on out there and to fight the propaganda war, which most of us just do not realize that's taking place. I had a chance to witness that. What are your thoughts about continuing to fund organizations like Radio Free Europe?
Well, I think a couple things. First of all, they're not in the State Department. We don't operate those. They're operated independently. I know that they're going through their own process that the administration is reviewing, so I don't want to speak about their reform efforts or what their plans may be, because I'm just not a portfolio that I'm working on. I'm working on a lot of other things, but that's just not underneath the State Department. There are some that have suggested that global engagement or global media be brought under the auspices of the State Department. That is not a concrete proposal. I've seen that bandied about by some. If that's a decision that's made, then we'll look forward to creating programs that are effective at delivering news and, most importantly, access to unfettered and free information, given changes in the way people consume information in the world today. But that's not something I'm involved in right now because that's outside the umbrella of the State Department. It is under the umbrella of your committee, however.
Thank you.